everybody, it's Jamie from Play to Learn Preschool. Thank you for joining me today. I had a lot of questions and comments and private messages this week about, or maybe it's last week, or maybe both, about the lettering that I do around in my classroom, which is silly, but listen, I'll be happy to share with you what we're doing. So the reason it's silly is because a lot of times I am guilty of just making more work for myself, but the truth is I just really enjoy things that are really nice and neat, and if it's not nice and neat, it kind of makes me grumpy, and when I have time, then I like to just do it right in my classroom so I'm not grumpy. But the truth is, if I don't have time, I could just use a Sharpie and write the letters most of the time. All of this to say, I'm going to share with you today about how I use my Silhouette Cameo to do classroom crafting. And if you missed the first part, it's because sometimes I'm a little bit nuts about making sure all the letters are perfectly neat, and I don't especially love them to be handwritten, especially on like a bulletin board or something. But in a lack of time, writing them by hand or cutting them out by hand or buying the little bulletin board letters from the office supply store or the teacher supply store is perfectly fine. I don't know, it's just one of my weird quirks about making things a little bit more complicated than they need to be. What I'm talking about, is these letters, and I know they're backwards because I'm on the selfie cam on Facebook Live, and so it flips everything around. If I flip it back, it's a little bit more tricky for me, and I feel like when I'm doing the silhouette on Facebook Live, I don't need anything to be more tricky. Last time I did it, which was probably 2 years ago, I never really have problems using it. Like, it's pretty much 95% piece of cake for me to use it. And of course I did a Facebook Live about 2 years ago with the silhouette, and it like jammed up and it printed off the page and it was a total mess. So I am not gonna make anything more complicated on the video. But what we're talking about is how I make these little letters that are letter stickers to label silly things like the bottles and the trees, you know, on our bulletin board. I could just write it with a Sharpie, but I enjoy using my cool toy. So that's what I'm gonna share with you today. You can also see how well the color sorting is going in my sensory table. Before I push live, I thought I'd grab a couple of things that I'd made with my silhouette around the classroom to show you, and realize that every single bottle looks exactly like this. So I think I need to get some rainbow duct tape. Miss Gemma had the good idea that we should just cover a couple water bottles with rainbow duct tape and write rainbow on them, because the kids really like mixing the pom-poms. Some days I'm like, well, it's good fine motor practice shoving them in there and then pulling them all out, right? So we'll count that as fine motor. So, hello, check my Facebook. It looks like I've been hacked. I don't think mine has been hacked. I hope not, because I was just on it 5 seconds ago checking, because my poor friend Deborah over at Teach Preschool, her page is a nightmare right now with hackers. I'll double check. That would be awesome, wouldn't it? Okay, so, it's how to make these little letters. I use them for bulletin boards, for things like that. Anytime I want a raised surface, these are silhouette letters. They're just made out of vinyl. You could just use letter stickers, or you could just write it with a Sharpie. This is one of our morning work activities for our 3-year-olds. It's just like the Cricut. Yes, yes, yes. And what they do in the morning is when they come in, they take the pieces off the back of their sentence strip and match the letters, and I cut these all out with my silhouette. Look, the M doesn't look back. Oh, it does look backwards that way too. Anyway, I am going to do a couple. Oh, good. Thank you, Janet. It looked fine to me too. I was on it just about 10 minutes ago. So I'm going to do a couple projects live with you, and fingers crossed that it doesn't jam up or be crazy. So here's another project. I'm all over the place today, sorry. I got this machine as a Christmas gift from my husband because I asked for it, and I put it in our Amazon cart, our shared Amazon cart, and then he paid for it for me, which was really nice. And it sat in the box for like 9 months. So I got it at Christmas, and I didn't use it until back to school time. I don't know what, 2015, 2014. It's been a while, just because I was totally afraid of it. So I have huge thanks. My friend Kaplan is watching. She sometimes watches during her lunch break or after school. She came over and like held my hand and talked me through how to use the Silhouette Cameo. And she even helped me make these cute t-shirts that my family wore when we went to Disney a couple of years ago. So I designed, well, I didn't design it, I put all of these designs in and cut it out and then ironed these to the shirts for each of my kids when we went to Disney World a couple of summers ago. So you can use it for lots of different things. I promise I don't just use it for classroom crafting. Okay, so the machine looks like this. It's kind of long and skinny. It's 12 inches wide. I'm gonna try to move my stuff around so that it will work. And what it does is cuts out different materials. It can cut paper, it can cut vinyl, which is like the sticker material. It can cut cardboard, it can cut stiff felt, it can cut canvas. It is a little miracle worker, this thing. And the way that it works is you just plug it with a USB into your computer. So I have, of course, my computer all set up, ready to go. The Silhouette has its own software that you get, like you download it or whatever, I'm not quite sure. And you have to design everything in that Silhouette. And it has a USB plug from the computer. It's not wireless. I think you can buy a wireless one, but mine is a little bit older. And you just plug it straight into the Silhouette and it cuts out whatever you put in there. I should say a couple of things. Number one, if you are an expert Silhouette user, you're probably rolling your eyes at me because I primarily use it to cut out letters. And I know that there are some really amazing Silhouette crafty people who use it for so many extravagant projects. And that's not me. I really just use it to cut out letters and design t-shirts and stuff for my family. So if you're an expert, please chime in and tell us the tips and tricks because I'm very much a novice classroom crafter. So the machine looks like this. It has a little blade in it, like this. It's a teeny tiny little blade, and you can change how far the blade is sticking out. So I have mine right now on a 3, which is what I usually use for cardstock. And there's a little hole right here where you can just kind of like twist and make it like shorter. You can barely even see it. It's so tiny. Can you see that? Or I was cutting out really thick cardstock, these tree trunks the other day. It was like 110-pound cardstock, and I had to have it at a 7, and it cut everything twice. So I'm gonna do vinyl, so I'm gonna put it, I think, at a 3. We'll see. And you also have to put, you don't have to. See, here's where the expert crafters are gonna chime in and say, you don't have to use the cutting mat. But for my purposes, because I'm cutting on cardstock, I am gonna use the cutting mat. So, 2 things. First, I'm going to make some of those name. Where is Gemma when I need her? I lost it. My little name work for my Emma. Okay, there it is. So we did stars in September, and I just like to change it monthly to keep it exciting for them. So I'm gonna make some new name pieces for my students. I'm going to make some rubbing cards because here at the Literacy Center, if you were watching this week, we're doing some letter rubbing, practicing so we can do leaf rubbing later in the season. And I need to make those letter plates or those name plates for my kids. And then I need help. I'm trying to decide what my bulletin board title should be. Should it say fall colors or colorful trees or sort by color? What should the title of my bulletin board be? So, I know. I'll talk about that in just 1 second. So help me out and decide what should my bulletin board. Those are the 3 things I'm gonna work on today. Letters, nameplates, and I need a bulletin board title. Help me decide. Okay, Jana says you can also scan and cut with the Silhouette. So you print something on Word and then it will cut it out for you. I don't think that either my software has been updated or that my machine has been updated because I don't think I can do that yet. I saw that on a video, a crafting video, not a school video. I was like, I need that in my life, but I haven't had the time to sort of research it and figure out how to do that. So if you know, see, I've got the old Silhouette Cameo. I'm not even sure. It doesn't even say like 2.0. I think it's just the original. I need to figure that out because wouldn't that be cool if you could scan something and then it cuts out all the pieces for you? I know. Fall colors, autumn colors, leaf sorting. It would be the software. See, I need to update it. Autumn colors. All right, we'll figure it out. First, I'm gonna do the names because that's simple. So I buy vinyl. You can buy Silhouette brand vinyl. This tends to be a little bit cheaper. I buy it on Amazon. I like to buy these 12 by 12 vinyl sheets. I think it is 10 vinyl, oh yeah, look, quantity 10. 10 vinyl sheets in a pack, and it lasts me usually the whole school year. They sell it in shiny, so this is the glossy vinyl, and then they also sell matte vinyl. Of course I have both because sometimes I like things to be shiny and sometimes I don't, so this is the matte vinyl. That's what's on Emma's name card right now. I think I'm gonna use the, what am I gonna use? Shiny or matte? Glossy or matte? Glossy or matte? Maybe I'll use the matte vinyl again. Okay, so the way this works is this is like a giant sticker paper, right, of vinyl. Look, see this? I'm gonna leave it all together and put it on my cutting mat. I made the mistake one time of cutting newsprint on the cutting mat, and then I had to get a new cutting mat because I could not get it off. So I tried and tried and tried to pull the, I used like rubbing alcohol. I read online somewhere you could, I don't know, spray something on your mat. My mat was destroyed, so I got a new mat just a year or so ago. But otherwise they last pretty long. So you stick it down to this sticky mat. Excuse me. And then you're gonna load your mat with the vinyl on it into the machine. Can you kind of see that? Okay. Woo. I have already typed in my class names on the Silhouette project, just trying to make it a little bit easier so that I didn't have to do that all while we were on the computer or while we were on Facebook Live. And so I typed in, can you kind of see that? Can you kind of see it? Typed in all of the class, like the students' names. And then when I click that I'm ready to cut it out, it will tell me what setting to put the blade on. So you want to make sure that you choose your material type. Like you can cut cardstock, vinyl, copy paper, chipboard, sticker paper, corrugated paper, heavy cardstock, fabric. You can just pick what you're cutting. So I'm using vinyl. It says to put it on a 3, so I'll listen to it. The blade is already on a 3. And then I'm gonna send it to the machine. So I just click send to the Silhouette. And it's a little bit loud, but it will just cut out all of the students' names into little stickers. So matching leaves. Jenny, you have all the tips and tricks. Okay, so we're still trying to decide what to call the bulletin board. You can weigh in and we'll pick something. I'll cut those letters out. The machine is called a Silhouette Cameo. It's very similar to a Cricut machine, and they're crafting machines primarily, but all of my crafting comes out down here in the classroom. So I thought I would just kind of show you what I use it for. So right now it's cutting stickers, name stickers for my students so that I can do a couple of different projects with them. And then I'm also gonna use it to cut cardstock and make a bulletin board title. So fall in love with colors, that's super cute. That's a lot of letters. Fall in love with colors, I like it. I was thinking autumn colors or colors of autumn or colors of fall. I don't know, what do you think? Hi, Jenny. Listen, Jenny says she hasn't used it. I was the same way. I got it for Christmas. I need to look. I want to say 2015. And I didn't use it, no, because we went, maybe it was 2014, because we went to Disney World in July of 2016, and that was my first big project, was making all of my family's t-shirts. So it might have been like I got it at Christmas, December 2014, and I didn't even take it out of the box. It sat in my family room for 9 months because I was like, it's so pretty, and I know all these amazing things it can do, and I don't want to touch it and mess it up, right? So I just sat there, and my sweet friend, Kathleen was like, I cannot believe you're not using that machine. So she came over one day in the summer, maybe it was back to school, I can't remember, the timing is off, but she came over and she was like, we're gonna do it. We're gonna roll up our sleeves and we're gonna use the machine. And I was like, all I gotta do is cut out bulletin board letters like these over here at my science center, like those that say we are scientists. Those are all cut from the Silhouette. So that was like my first project, was just cutting out bulletin board letters. I was like, I just want to have nice, black, simple bulletin board letters around my room. Can you help me? She was like, yes, of course. And it does all these other awesome things. Let's make shirts for you to go to Disney. So anyway, Jackie should help you. Yes, that is wouldn't it be fun if we could all just get together and do like a girls' night crafting, like preschool crafts, we could use the Xyron and the Fiskars cutter, and we could craft. Wouldn't that be awesome? So anyway, my friend Kathleen came over and she was like, let me show you. Yes, you can definitely just cut out silly bulletin board letters, but also I'm going to show you how to use vinyl, and I'm going to show you how to make shirts. And she does like 1,000 other things. Listen, I just use it for making cute letters. So wouldn't that be fun? At the Merc. Oh, that would be awesome. Meet you in Oklahoma. Oh, that would be awesome. Leaves Are Fallen is super cute. I like colors of fall colors. Maybe I'll do colors of fall. What are my bulletin boards? They are out of an office dumpster that Gemma's husband rescued. They are just like corkboard bulletin boards that don't have a frame. And when we first opened the preschool in 2005, he fished them out of the dumpster. We recovered them initially with different pastel colored fabric because the corkboard part was totally messed up. And then more recently, maybe 3 years ago, I decided I wanted just white just to kind of tone everything down. So this is white blackout fabric that I got from Joann Fabrics. You're supposed to put it behind your drapes, I think, to make the room darker, but it's really nice and thick. So we use it for the bulletin board. They're just covered and stapled on the back. So they're just corkboard. Wouldn't it be fun to do a teacher make and take? Oh, that would be awesome. We should do like a weekend. How can we figure that out where we could all get together, we all bring all of our fun toys like our Silhouette and our Xyrons and all of our fun teacher toys, and we could just craft? Wouldn't that be awesome? Oh, that's cool. Okay, it's almost done. I'm cutting out my whole class because I didn't want to waste any of my vinyl. So I'm cutting out the whole class, and I'm going to show you how I'm going to make these 2 different projects, and then we'll decide on a title for the bulletin board. And I need to keep my eye on the clock because I have to go pick my kids up from school in a little bit. And sometimes when I start crafting on Facebook Live, then I lose track of time, and then I'm not a good mom. So I need to keep an eye on the clock. So I'm going to send these little stars home because we did them in September, and I'm going to make some new. Oh, that thing is loud. I'm going to make some new pieces for fall. So they come like this. They're like little mini accents or calendar pieces. I have some that are shaped like fall leaves. I have some that are like little pumpkins. That's done. Whew. I've got some that are apples, like red and green apples. So I'm going to make different pieces for my students for October. Okay, so here goes. Whew. Let's hope that worked. So it comes off like this, and you can barely see it, but each kid's name is, do you see that? Is on the vinyl. So the trick is you want to cut them out almost like a sticker sheet, right? So I'm going to cut out each kid's name. This is what my friend Kathleen taught me. I wonder if she's watching. You're sweet. Thank you. I feel like I try to be a good mom, but sometimes I lose track of time and forget to pick up my kids from school, so I have to leave in a few minutes. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is peel off the outside. Now, don't make the mistake that I made the first time I used vinyl before my friend Kathleen came over, because what you don't wanna do is peel each letter off, although you could for this, but if you have them spaced the way you want, then I'm going to show you how to transfer. This is a bad example because I'm just going to put them on these little orange pumpkins one at a time, so I don't actually have to transfer them. But what you want to do is either use masking tape or contact paper to transfer your vinyl stickers. So the masking tape tends to be a little bit too sticky, so I like to stick it to my jeans for a second and get it so it's not so sticky. And then what you're going to do is stick the masking tape down to the vinyl letter, and it peels right off. Do you see that? And then you can just place it right where you want it on the piece, and it peels off. Do you see that? So then I'm going to do the MMA. I intentionally picked a short name for the Facebook video because I figured you didn't want to sit here for 20 minutes watching me transfer letters onto little pumpkin shapes. Now, you're probably thinking, Jamie, you could just write those with a Sharpie. And that is true. I could just write them with a Sharpie, but having little things like this that are perfectly perfect in every way, it makes me really happy. And sometimes when I have the extra time, I like to do things that just make me really happy. So, oh goodness, but you know what? Many times I've just written them on with a Sharpie, and that's totally fine. I can't argue with you that this is a waste of time for this one. Not for everything, but for this one. All right, and then her A, and what I'm gonna do is pull those stars out. So then I'm just gonna pull the stars out of her morning work. I already did that. I'm gonna send those home and just replace them with the pumpkins. So on the back of her card, when she comes in this week, since it's October, she will have to do her name made out of pumpkins instead of stars. So just something different for a new month. The other thing that I want to do is we've been doing these name rubbing cards here at our literacy center, and they kind of look like, it would have been helpful if I would have picked them up before I sat down. They kind of look like this. So it's just a bunch of random letters, and then the kids are doing a name rubbing or a letter rubbing just to practice how to use the crayon with a rubbing motion like that. So we have all of these unwrapped crayons. But what I wanted to do for my older kids is give them a name plaque, like a name card or a name, what's the word I'm looking for? Like a nameplate where they can rub their own name. So I'm gonna put them on these little index cards. Somebody asked, did I cut out the pumpkins as well? No, I had them left over from school supplies from years past. So they are called mini accents. You definitely could cut out the pumpkins as well. That would make sense, but I didn't because I had them left over from, I don't know when, from a calendar or something from many years ago. So I'm trying to clear out and recycle, reuse what I already have. So I'm still cutting, these are all cut out on the vinyl. It's hard to see. But what I'm gonna do is transfer the whole name, not just letter by letter. So this is Callie, and to just pick out the middle parts. There's like a little tool you can get to pick out the middle parts if you've got really intricate middle parts for your letters, but I never do really intricate things because like I said, I'm a novice. I am a novice crafter, silhouette crafter. I just use it mostly for my classroom. So, so anyway, I am not going to get this little special, there's like a little tool, like a little piece of tweezers or something to pull out all the middle pieces that you don't want, but I don't really need that because that masking tape isn't big enough, of course. So the other thing you can use, you can buy Silhouette brand transfer paper, but I feel like it's kind of a waste. I say as I sit here and do something that could easily be done with a Sharpie, but it's kind of a waste because it's the same as contact paper, which I have in abundance. So I can also transfer the names with contact paper. And that's the part where I go on Facebook Live and can't get the contact paper to peel off. Ah, no, I didn't. Okay, so what you're gonna do is take the contact paper, can you kind of see this name? And I'm gonna press it down on to the vinyl. And then that's gonna help it peel off. Because I'm on Facebook Live, of course it's not gonna help it peel off. I might just have to push it down a little bit with the edge of my scissors, the handle of my scissors here. Okay, trying again. Please work. Please work, please work. That's the thing, I've never really purchased the Silhouette tape because I feel like the contact paper works just fine, but then the contact paper is not quite sticky enough and the masking tape is like a little bit too sticky. Anyway, it's like the Goldilocks, right? So here's her name. There it is, backwards. And I'm just gonna press it down onto this index card. So it's exactly where I want it. A credit card would be a really good idea. I don't have that, but I've got the edge of my scissors. Thank you. You guys have so many good ideas. See, that's why we should all get together and we could do a big old crafting. That would be fun, wouldn't it? Okay, so then I have her name and the contact paper is still on it. So I just pull the contact paper off and this is like a name plate. And the reason that I have to use stickers or something for this one and I can't use just a Sharpie is because I want them to be able to do a rubbing. So we're gonna tape these down onto the table. Can you kind of see that? And then they'll place their paper on top, choose an unwrapped crayon, and then they can rub and find their names. So they'll do their names and their friends' names, and I might do Betsy and Miss Jamie and Miss Gemma. And so then they'll rub it to find their name. So this is the activity that I have out for them at the Literacy Center this week. Okay, so I still need to do all of these, but I will spare you from sitting here with me while I peel them all off and make the nameplates for my all of the kids in the class. The other project I want to do is to cut out the bulletin board letters with cardstock. So the question is, what do we decide? Fall colors, blue painter's tape might be a good idea. See? Credit card and blue painter's tape or a ruler. You guys have so many good ideas. Okay, well it worked. So the handle of the scissors and contact paper worked for me this time, but maybe next time I'll try blue painter's tape. So the next little project that I'm going to do is to cut out the bulletin board letters. And the bulletin board, I think I'm gonna have to put them down at the bottom, or maybe I'll do them on the blue part, like up at the top, because we didn't really leave too much space. But how about if I do colors of fall? Oh, there you go. Somebody just wrote it, colors of fall. Autumn leaves are falling down is a lot of letters. I don't know if you want to stay for that much. I think I'm going to do colors of fall. I picked out some cardstock that matched. Is Kathleen watching? Kathleen, that's my friend Kathleen who taught me how to use this silhouette. See, now Kathleen she's local. You have to come over, Kathleen, and then we could do a silhouette video because I was just bragging about how fabulous you are and how you helped me make these awesome Disney t-shirts. Hi, Kathleen. I knew you'd be watching. I was hoping you'd be watching anyway. Okay, I'm gonna cut out the bulletin board letters to say colors of fall. So I picked out some fall colors and they're about, I think about 2.5 or 3 inches each. So I'm gonna put the cardstock the same way I did the vinyl stickers and just push it down all the way onto the mat. Kathleen, here's the thing. I was hoping you were watching during your planning time. And I was saying how I'm a total novice and all I do is cut out letters and stickers and you're the expert. I was bragging on you probably before you logged on. So, a t-shirt session would be fun. The name of the machine is a Silhouette Cameo. I'm not affiliated with them. I just use it all the time to make things in my classroom. So the Cricut is the same. It's the same, I think. Okay. All right, so I'm gonna put orange. I'm gonna do colors of fall. So let's see. If I've got 4 colors, C-O-L-O-R. So I'm gonna do a capital C and an R. O-F-F and a little A. Okay. C, R, and an A. Is that gonna work out? If I was not on Facebook Live, I would write this out about which of these 4 colors I would need for each one. But I didn't even bring a pen over to over here. So I am just gonna wing it and we'll see how it goes. All right, I'm gonna load my cardstock. And then on the Silhouette software, instead of these names, let's see, what do we decide? Capital C, little a, C-O-L-O-R, little r, S-O-F, wait a minute. Help me out here, people. I've got 4 colors, and I'm gonna write colors of fall. C-O-L-O-R, O-F-F-A-L-L. Okay. Okay, C, an R, and an A. And they're gonna be about 3 inches. I need to remember to change it so the Silhouette knows that I'm not cutting vinyl. So make sure you click Adjust Cut Settings. So it's not vinyl. Now we're gonna go cardstock. It still says to keep the blade at a 3, so we'll see how that goes. and I'm gonna go ahead and send it to the silhouette. You can choose any font that you want. So I like to use a really bold font. My favorites are KG fonts. I like KG blank space, solid, and I like, yes, colors with an S. I think I've got it, COLORS, OF, Uh-oh, I might need a capital F too. I forgot the S. Oh no, okay. I need a pen. I'm gonna use an unwrapped crayon to figure this out. Okay. You guys, I can't do two things at once. I cannot do a Facebook Live video and plan out the pattern. It would have been a capital F. Okay, it's okay. All right, so I don't need the A, I need a capital F. Somebody write this down for me. Oh, I like KG blank space solid, and then the one that I'm gonna use, I need a capital F. The one that I'm going to use for the bulletin board is called KG Behind These Hazel Eyes. So what you're saying is I don't need this orange A, is that correct? All right, well, I will just flip this paper over and run it right back through with the capital F, and it will be totally fine. I have 4 colors, orange, yellow, red, and green. So you think I need an F, right? Oh boy. I can multitask. Obviously, I've got 4 kids and I run a preschool, so I can multitask. But when I go on the Facebook Live, I don't know what happens. I can't multitask and read the comments and plan the thing. And I forgot to do it. Oh, I didn't forget. We didn't know what we were gonna write. Okay, I'm doing the capital F. Let's see, so I need to type in capital F, right? Come on. Okay, easy enough. I'm just gonna send it to the printer. Please work, or to the silhouette, I say printer. I'm gonna run it through, and I've got colors of fall. Okay, so next I'm gonna do yellow, and I need the O, L-O-R, and the S, is that right? Hi! See, Vanessa, that I didn't use it for a very long time, and then my sweet friend, look at that. See, won't that look so cute up there? Colors of fall. Okay, who's writing this down for me? C-O for the yellow, L-O-R-S, right? Okay, so I need an O and an S on yellow. Oh, let's see if Jamie can do this. I've got like 5 minutes before I have to go and pick up my kids. Okay, so I'm gonna do an O and an S, and then O, F, F, and an A. Is that right? O-S-A. Hi, 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 hi. Okay, the art behind me is an interactive bulletin board, and those are little dollar store felt leaves. Is that right? O, S, and an A. Who's writing this down for me? No, I didn't get any brown. I only did orange, yellow, red, and green, because I thought there was enough brown already up there. Okay, let's see here. We've got a little O, a little S, and a little A. Does that sound right? Okay, we'll try it. Fingers crossed. Oh, you guys, seriously. I don't know what happens on the Facebook Live. It's hard for me to do it. Kim wrote it down. Kim, help. All right. You guys are so awesome. Okay, so I've got colors of fall. My desk right here looks a little bit like a tornado has come through. It's not really my desk, it's like the literacy center. I'm gonna need to clean it up before Gemma comes in the morning and says, what happened here while I was gone? Okay, colors of fall. I think we can do it. I think it's good. Come on, yellow, don't let me down. So if you ever do a bulletin board and they're all, and they're all the same, then that's really easy. That's why I always just do black. Because then I don't have to plan like patterns of colors, but you know, I like to challenge myself today. So I've got the O, the S, and the A for fall. Okay, next is red, and I'm going to do the L, the little O for of, and an L, another L. 2 L's and a little O. Does that sound right? 2 L's and a little O? Okay. 2 L's and a little O. That should be quick enough. So we've got to make sure that the cardstock is really stuck down there. Okay, fingers crossed. 2 L's, no, two L's and a little O, right? One L for colors, one L for of, and one L for fall, right? One O for of. Two L's and an O. Come on, here goes. I will post a picture. I will stick them back up. I'm gonna have to go get my kids, but I will stick up the letters and post a picture of the final thing with mad props to you guys for helping me figure out the color patterns. All right, COLORSOFFALL. And the last one is green. Whew. You guys, this was a team effort today. You're amazing. Thanks for writing those down and helping me out. Oh gosh. All right. This is why I could never run a crafting blog or a crafting website, because people would log on and they would be like, clearly this is not your forte, right? Okay, the last one is a little O, a little F, and a little L. I can do that. Little O, little F, little L. I think we did it. Okay, so I've got a bulletin board that says Colors of Fall, and I'm gonna post it right above this interactive bulletin board. I updated my morning work for my preschoolers with new name cards that are on little pumpkins and leaves. And I also made the name rubbing plaques, which I've already misplaced, for my students in the pre-K class to do at the Literacy Center tomorrow, so they can rub and find their names and all of their friends' names. I will definitely post a picture. Hi, so the trees are cardstock with vinyl letters to identify the colors that are stapled. The felt, the big felt, like bushy part is stapled, made out of felt. And then the little leaves, these are so awesome. They came in a pack of 20 felt leaves. They're really stiff felt. 20 felt leaves at the Dollar Tree for $1. So we are having the kids, can you kind of see there's like a basket of leaves down there, or a box of leaves, and they're just practicing sorting by color. Some of our older kids are also, oh, that looks good, are also writing the color words this week. So, okay. Hey, that actually looks really good. See if you guys, I'll slide it this way. Woo, that actually looks amazing. You guys are such good cheerleaders. Look at that. Can you see this? Colors of Fall. And I'm just going to tape it up to my wall, and it'll be just a little heading for the bulletin board. So I really enjoyed crafting with you guys this afternoon. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope that answered some of your questions about the silhouette. And I do most everything on the silhouette. Yes, I did. Gemma cut those tree tops out by hand because the flimsy, like the really soft felt, does not cut on the silhouette. You have to do the really stiff, thin felt like this on the silhouette, and we didn't have pieces big enough for those trees, but that's such a simple shape, it was totally fine to freehand. We cut the trunks out, yes, on the silhouette, and then I should have just printed the names on there, but I didn't. Those are raised vinyl letters where we've identified the colors. It's kind of the same, I did it at the same time as I was doing these color words on our sensory bottles. So yes, the Cricut is the same, although I've heard that they've updated their software too. I'm not an expert. I'm really just a novice user of the Silhouette Cameo, but I enjoyed spending the afternoon with you and just talking about some of the ways we can use it in our classrooms. Have an awesome afternoon. I hope you have fun playing and learning with your kiddos, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.